Hi guys, I'm Shmi, hello and welcome back to the channel where you join me on another beautiful day here in Germany, where today I'm visiting my friends here at Esser Automotive. We're outside of Aachen, they're the Koenigsegg and Rimac dealership. Now we've seen a lot of Koenigseggs on the channel recently. I've been driving in the Agera, the one of one, chasing convoys, drag races and all sorts. Well today we're going to be taking two Koenigseggs out, both the CCXR behind, which I am going to drive because this is one of two with something quite different about it, but we'll also have the Agera X out as well, a bit of a convoy. Hey, that's kind of cool. Just casually bumbling as you do, why not, hey? Well, we're going to take out the two Koenigseggs for a drive, but before we do that, we will head inside to show you around a little bit and then explain what's so special about this one. To very quickly explain then what makes this car stand out. It's the CCXR, which followed on from the CC8S, the CCR, the CCX, and then the CCXR. But this is one of only two. There were three originally, but only two now that happen to have a proper sequential shifter, like in a race car, which I am intrigued to experience very shortly. Being a CCXR, it does have the 4.8 litre twin supercharged V8, which if you're running it on E85 bioethanol, makes a mere 1018 horsepower. If you have it on normal pump gas, it will do 808. Not exactly shy on power then, and the top speed is over 400 kilometers an hour, about 250 miles an hour, because, well, why not? So we're going to take this car out, along with one that will come out in just a moment. Well, we are out here. We've got a Tech Art 911, we've got a 997 GT2 RS, we've got a lovely SLS AMG as well. But let's head inside to go have a quick look around in the showroom as well. When it comes to epic views, get ready for what we're about to see here inside the showroom. I'm actually upstairs in the lounge area at the moment, but feast your eyes out there. You'll notice my McLaren Senna has been visiting, but let's head down and go and take a little look around at some of the amazing cars that are currently inside here. Just feast your eyes over that view. Now recently, only a few short weeks ago, I hopped on board Pinky as it's known, the exposed carbon with the pink accents on this Koenigsegg 1-to-1. We must have in excess of 10 Koenigseggs inside the showroom. My Senna has actually been visiting. The team here were very kind to bring it back up north after the Supercar Owners Circle event, so it joined some of their cars in the transporter ahead of some things that are now coming. It's not for sale despite being inside the showroom, but we've got the likes of the 599 GTO, the 918 Spider, the Ford GT, Carrera GT, another 918, spot a red SLS at the back. We've got a line of 6 Koenigseggs just here, a couple more around here, another 4, 5. This is fairly spectacular. F12 TDF, GT3 RS, previous generation Ford GT sitting low at the back. And then this is the Agera X, the car that we're going to be taking out as well, along with the CCXR. The Agera was the successor to the CCXR models, so it's got the 5 litre twin turbocharged V8, making still ample horsepower, well over 1,000. This car and the one next to it are actually quite similar, but different appearances. The satin black with the red accents, and then the exposed blue carbon with the silver accents. We're going to be taking this car out for a bit of a photo shoot, hence the drive with the two cars together. But what an amazing place. Carrera GT, McLaren P1 sitting down in race mode. This showroom is infinitely cool. From the CC8S, the earlier cars, the Agera, through the Agera R, the 1-to-1, the CCR on this side. Breathtaking. So I guess we'll get a bit of noise. Got to move the Senna out of the way to take the Agera X out, and then get the CCXR fired up as well, and it'll be time to drive. The first step in the process, the 1-to-1 needs to shuffle back a little bit so that we can get the other cars out, but that sure does sound good. In fact, I want to see a development of the engine in the Agera X. Technically, you could say the 1-to-1 is very heavily Agera based. This thing is spectacularly epic though. Epic beyond words epic. Next, of course, the Senna shuffles out of the way as well, so that we can bring out the Agera X in just a moment. That sounds good, doesn't it? The Agera X then, all a little bit of a showroom shuffle, so that we can get the cars out, and we'll get cracking on. Wow, that sounds epic. Not bad, hey? Not bad. Out that goes into the sunshine, so this means I need to hop over to the CCXR, climb through the fence just here, and head to this car, because this is going to take some getting used to. It is not the easiest thing in the world to drive. It is a particularly challenging shifter, we could say, but also, being one of the earlier Koenigseggs, this is number 38, there's also quite a process behind how everything works. So you turn on the ignition like that, you can see the car basically waking up. Then with the key in my pocket, I press once just to do that, you can hear, and then to start it, we do this. And into life it goes. So the big challenge here is that effectively, that's into first gear, up into second gear, you get the indication here. Forwards is down a gear, one more is neutral, and then for reverse, you have to do that while pressing the button. You get the little indicator that says reverse. So I think I can do this. I think I've got that. Shouldn't be too hard. This is weird though, not having a normal H pattern sequential in a road Koenigsegg. It is time to do this. So we might swap later on, but into first gear, that is a proper workout, all comfortable. We do need the lift system, which is a combination of buttons. You do that. So we've got the lift just to exit out here. This reminds me actually of the first Koenigsegg I ever drove, which was a CCR, the CCR Revo. We've also got the Polaris buggy joining us. The buggy joins, so into first gear. Driving an egg, chasing an egg. Listen to that. The older cars always sound so insane. Now even with this gearbox, you still use the clutch for every shift. This takes some getting used to. This takes some proper getting used to. That's hard work. That's really hard work. The rawness though, the sound. Something about the older Koenigseggs. I think in the future, especially given the success of the newer cars, in the future we're going to look back at some of these earlier Koenigseggs like these are really, really special cars. They were doing big things. I mean, you know how fast the car is. To have created something like this from nothing. Christian von Koenigsegg's dream. I mean, this car is about 15 years old now. Yeah, that's a workout. I'm going to have a pretty tired right arm at the end of this. This car is actually for sale. It's been driven, it's been used. Hey, maybe it's the egg that I should be contemplating. I think one day it has to happen, right? Oh, okay, this is pretty cool. Need to catch up with the others a little bit, not get completely left behind. Okay, this is epic! Listen to it! It's so loud and visceral. I'm getting the hang of the gearbox though. There's something about that old school interaction, that proper hard work, really heavy gearbox, really heavy steering, pretty firm clutch pedal as well. Throttle, obviously only lightly tapping it at the moment, barely pressing that down at all in the slightest, but it does look like we're taking an autopilot stretch or so. I'm not quite sure what that's going to be like in the Polaris buggy ahead. A little bit sorry for the guys if we put our foot down at all, although they will get a spectacular view of the eggs blasting by, potentially. I'm not entirely sure where we're going, so making the use of the off-road. Oh gosh, air conditioning in this car needs you to have some higher revs to get some cold air actually blowing out, and it must be 35 odd degrees today. There's something I mean, the newer cars are faster and crazier, but this has the interaction. Dropping it down a gear. What an epic feeling. Beaming, absolutely beaming. Epic, so epic. Pinch moment. This is really cool. I tell you, window up or window down makes very little difference to the noise inside here. It's really loud whatever you do. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh no, I nearly got the gearbox wrong. We went down into first. I nearly tried to H-pattern it into neutral. That's not how it works. Oh, we're still in second, see? There we go, first. Busy road though. This is going to be dubious to pull out from. After the van. It's a proper workout. It's a proper workout. Alright, this is where we are headed. So, lift system. There we go, beeping away as it lifts. Always have to be super anxious of low carbon fibre front splitters, but we've managed. Lift system back down. Parking is going to be an interesting challenge as well. Okay, so to park, neutral, into reverse that way. No reversing cameras. It's a nice heavy steering. Hopefully somebody's going to hop out and guide me in some form. Actually, that wasn't too bad. I don't know how far back I can go. I need somebody to guide me, but neutral is that way. Yes, there we go. Maybe I can open the door and just actually have a look. Give it a push out, make sure it doesn't hit the curb. There we go. Right, handbrake on. We're in neutral. Turn it off with the ignition. Done. It's boiling hot, but this is so cool. Like, proper engaging drive. I love this. For an event, for an occasion, that feels like solid race car. Amazing thing. We've actually just had a stop for lunch, but could you imagine if you came out and saw that little lineup of cars? The Agera X, by the way, does actually belong to Muck Collector. I'm sure you guys are aware of Muck Collector's amazing collection of cars, but this is quite funny with the Polaris sandwiched between the eggs. Anyway, we're going to be heading from here onwards to go to the photo shoot location. So I think I'm going to continue in the CCXR. Right, back in the car. Let's close the door, get this started and get the air conditioning on as quickly as possible. Ignition, hit the button, start it up, there we go. Turn on the AC, seatbelt, bit of a process. I guess that's half the fun really in here, isn't it? We are in neutral at the moment, so, oh, that's hot. From being in the sunshine, that is boiling hot. So then, out we go, prompt departure. Oh, I need the AC to blow colder. This is hot. I would be lying if I said I knew where I was going at the moment. I seem to have lost the others, but we do have a pretty cool R8 just there. Nice facelift model. So I've lost the egg and I've lost the Polaris, and I don't know what I'm doing or where I'm going, which does not bode well. The good news is I stumbled into the Polaris, so we're not totally lost. As to the Agera X, I'm not entirely sure. Oh well, these things happen. Derestricted from their early days back into neutral. I mean, it's just such a rewarding but crazy experience. I tell you what, it does make me tempted. One of these, I mean, it's old school. This was the early days of Koenigseggs. Obviously nowadays they are into a different category in terms of performance from where they already were with this. I mean, this is a 250-mile-an-hour car. But obviously in terms of price point, being an older car, having done some more miles and kilometers, does make it a more affordable car. I wonder if this is the Koenigsegg that I should buy. I mean, it's just such a cool experience. One day, I love these cars. One day. Oh, so cool. Well, apparently, while I've been driving, this car has been making the most ridiculous fireballs. That one kind of works anyway, ignore me. What an experience. We've got a few more photos on the way before we get back to Esser. Oh, this thing, it's so good. And everybody returns back to base. This car in the black with the gold wheels is very cool. It's on a Norwegian number plate as it happens. Polaris going past. What a lot of fun. The Agera out there as well. I've enjoyed this. I tell you what, that shifter is mega. It's hard work after a full day out on the road. This thing fairly exhausting on the hand. Definitely going to build up the arm muscles doing that often. But overall, that is one seriously cool Koenigsegg. In fact, they're both seriously cool Koenigseggs. But I've enjoyed driving this today with Esser Automotive an awful lot. Time for me though to go and grab the Senna, bring that out. I think these two are going to be popped away and wrap up what has been another awesome, exciting day with the Koenigseggs. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Appreciate your support as always. That is it for this time, and I'll see you again very soon. Cheers.